Hello class 10. Today we will do revision of the second chapter there, and also we'll discuss the important topics from that chapter. So those videos which are already given during class time, those videos I will not repeat, not give again. You can go through those videos again, like the journals, Hutum Pachar Naksha is important, Nil Dorpon, Brahmavarta Prokashika, Bama Bodhini. These are important topics which videos are already given during while we have done the lesson. So those videos I will not do again. Please go through the old videos, and those videos which we have not done, we have done in online classes. These topics that I am repeating again for revision are the important topics like Western education and role of Ram Mohan Roy in spread of Western education among the Indians. Also the role of Ram Mohan Roy in social reform movement. Also we'll do Vidyasagar, Ishachandra Vidyasagar today, which is another important topic. Apart from that, the role of Henry Louis Vivian de Rosio and role of David Hare are also important for your exam. So today we will do the role of Ram Mohan Roy. Social reforms of Ram Mohan Roy, as well as we will do the educational reforms of Raja Ram Mohan Roy. There we will see that Raja Ram Mohan Roy was born in 1774, and after that we know that he has taken up his education in England, and he was always a supporter of Western education. So he has been termed as the first modern man of India. Your introduction of your answer for Raja Ram Mohan Roy should be like this: the Ram Mohan Roy, born in 1774, came to be known as the first modern man of India. And we know that it was Rabindranath Tagore who also gave him the title of Bharat Pathik. Rabindranath Tagore gave him the title of Bharat Pathik or Indian Pilgrim. Now what we see is that this man played an important role in the social reform movement of India during the 19th century, and what we see is that his social reform movements were immense. First and foremost, we see that he was the one who for the first time protested against the caste class division in Hinduism. In Hinduism there was a caste class division, and Ram Mohan Roy was the first to protest against the caste and creed division. Caste division of Hinduism was protested by him. He also protested against the Brahmanical orthodoxy. He raised his voice against the Brahmanical orthodoxy. Brahmanical orthodoxy means the caste division where Brahmins are kept at the top of the class and other Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras are below the Brahmanas. So he raised his voice against Brahmanical orthodoxy. Also we see that he was completely against idol worship. And he was also against costly rituals performance. Also, apart from all this, we see that he played an important part in organizing movement against the sati, which was one of his greatest achievement. He raised his voice against the system of sati, and it was due to the initiative of Raja Ram Mohan Roy that the anti-sati bill was passed in 1829, and we see that sati was abolished. So this was one of his most important social reform. Apart from this, we see that he also raised his voice against polygamy and child marriage. So against polygamy and child marriage also Raja Ram Mohan Roy raised his voice, and we see that for taking up all the social activities or for taking up all the social reforms, he had started the Atmiya Sabha in 1815. He started the Atmiya Sabha. This was the Sabha which was first started by Ram Mohan Roy for taking up social reform and for gathering and discussion of the people. so that social reforms can be introduced in Bengal especially. In 1828, this Sabha was transformed into the Brahmo Sabha, and in 1830 it became the Brahmo Samaj. So the Brahmo Samaj, which was first started by Raja Ram Mohan Roy, was later after his death taken up by Devendranath Tagore. So what we see is that through this organization also different social reform movements were taken up, and definitely this Sati movement was performed under the Brahmo Sabha, and Raja Ram Mohan Roy gave the leadership to the anti-Sati movement. Not only did he oppose the system, he read different manuscripts and different documents and proved to the people that this is nowhere mentioned in any of our religious text. And so he opposed this system, vehemently raised his voice against the system of Sati, and he played one of the most important role among the Indian social reformer to stop the system of Sati. It was William Bentinck who passed the Anti-Sati Act due to obviously the initiative of Ram Mohan Roy. The British were already opposed to it, and Ram Mohan Roy convinced the Indian people, convinced a section of the Indian people. Of course, all the section, the orthodox class were not convinced, but he was able to convince a particular section, the educated section, the common people, that this system is a wrong system and we should not continue it. So he played an important part in the anti-Sati system. Apart from that, in his lifetime, he had also protested against female infanticide, where girl child who were born, they were killed. He also raised his voice against polygamy as well as child marriage. So these were the things that he protested against. These were basically his social reforms, where his main focus was to protest against the caste class division in the Hindu society. Also, we see that he was against idolatry, that is idol worshipping, and he was also against costly ritualistic practice where Brahmins are given importance, and he shunned the Brahmins. He protested against the supremacy of the Brahmanas, where the Brahmanas are dominating the other classes of the society. These were opposed by him. So these were basically his social reforms of Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Then we can move on to his educational reform. So Raja Ram Mohan Roy, as we know, played an important role in educational sector as well. And there we see he himself was a highly educated person, and his educational reforms are very important. In educational reforms, we will have to mention that he himself was a very educated person, and he had knowledge of different languages, like from Hebrew, French, Germany, Hindi, English, Bengali, and many Arabian, Persian, like different, more than a dozen of languages were known to him. So he was a master of all the languages, and he had read books in different languages. He had read the religious scriptures of all the different places. So he was himself a master of different languages, and we see that in Indian context he played an important part in 1817. He played an important part in the foundation of the Hindu College, which is presently the Presidency University. It became the Presidency College afterward. Now it is a Presidency University. So the foundation of the Hindu College was an important step forward in the spread of education in India, and in the foundation of Hindu College, we know that Raja Ram Mohan Roy played a very important role. And also we know when the British proposed the foundation or setting up of a Sanskrit college in Calcutta, it was Raja Ram Mohan Roy who vehemently protested the formation of the Sanskrit college. He was supporter of Western education in India. We also should remember that in 1822 he was the founder of the Anglo-Hindu School. Anglo-Hindu School was founded by him in 1822, where Western education was given along with Indian education. And this in this school we see all were welcome irrespective of their caste, class and religion. So this was a great move of Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Also we see he opposed the Calcutta Sanskrit College. Sanskrit College was about to be set up in Calcutta. And he said that we already have the knowledge of Sanskrit, we already have this education, there is no need to set up a separate organization or separate institution for Sanskrit education we already have. This is one education which we already have. Introduced some things which we don't know, like Western education. So Ram Mohan Roy wrote a letter to Lord Amherst. During that time he was a governor general, and he wrote the letter to Lord Amherst, and he asked him to introduce Western education, Western science, history, literature and philosophy should be introduced. That is what Ram Mohan Roy said, and he was a staunch Anglicist. He supported Anglicist education, and he wrote the letter to Lord Amherst for introduction of Western education. He wanted to form an interconnection between the Western and the Indian culture and language, also especially between the English and Bengali language. So to form the bridge between English and Bengali language, he wrote the book Bengali Grammar in English language, and Pursuit of Jesus was also another book written by him. Remember the name of his book, that is Bengali Grammar in English language, was a book written by him to bridge the gap between English and Bengali language. Also another important book written by him was The Pursuit of Jesus. So these were the books written by him, and he was a liberal person. We know he was a master of different languages. And in this scenario, what we see is that Raja Ram Mohan Roy also was a pioneer of women's education. He believed and he worked hard for women's education. He proposed that education should be given to the women, and he also said that without educating the women class, it is not possible to educate the entire society. So this was the contribution of Raja Ram Mohan Roy in the context of education as well as social reform movement. Thank you.